Now you see only two of us. However, there should be some other guests as well joining us. And we will then have a complete lineup of today's speakers, who I will be also introducing separately in a moment. But first, who is behind today's session? This is 𝘗𝘓𝘕 University, Germany's largest database of English taught study programs. And currently you can find here more than 3,300 programs in different on different levels, bachelor and master. And also you can find MBA and LLM programs there. Of course, they are fully or partially taught in English. And then you can also filter programs that are fully taught in English, for example, no German skills are needed, and so on. The data or the study finder that you see right on the screen is a kind of demo version, because the bigger one has lots more of filters, and those filters are really user-friendly, because you can combine them and then find relevant program according to your requirements, so to say. Then we have a number of articles, very interesting articles about scholarships, especially 𝘗𝘪𝘵 scholarships. For those of you who are applying for visa, there are also visa articles about country-specific details, and even samples of motivation letters. Those articles are free of charge, so feel free to have a look, or if you can't find any of them, let me know, and I will also share that in chat. Then we try to stay connected and make this communication more interactive with webinars. We have general and subject-related webinars. Today you are attending one of the subject webinars, as you know, when we have guest speakers from German universities. However, we also have general webinars when we dedicate the whole hour, so to say, to specific topics that could be of interest of the majority, for example, uni essays, visa, scholarship, generally studying in Germany, etc., etc. These articles, again, you can attend, participate, and also get the questions answered by us about general topics, or by the speakers about their program-related questions. And of course, the team who is working hard for you and doing all the great things like searching for programs, writing articles, also presenting in webinars, etc., etc. So this we are here, and we are even translating those articles and having webinars in different languages. So feel free to use this option as well. Now, since you are attending today's session, you want to study either engineering or technology or a combined program, which means that probably you have also searched for those programs. And if you did so, you see that in the study finder, you can find 1,034 degree programs for engineering and technology as combined. And there are 32 pages. Here are set like a screenshot of how it looks like. Now you see a breakdown of how many masters and how many bachelors and how many English-only programs there are, which don't require knowledge of German at the time of application, but then you will be also guided or advised to improve your German skills while in the country. I'm sure all the speakers will be mentioning that. If you don't know like how it feels like studying engineering or technology in Germany, there are also subject pages which you can check, and those subject pages include a general information about rankings, tuition fees, application and admission, and list of universities that are offering such kind of programs. There is one tip that we would like to give you, which is not to be guided by single aspects. It's nice to also have a look at rankings and other different things, but when searching for a program or when selecting or which program to go for and study, it's very important what you want to study. So what are the main criteria that you want the program to meet? And also then the program will see if you are meeting the criteria that they want you to have. And this should be a kind of mutual understanding in this regard. Therefore, you could be then, you should not be guided by the single facts, but decide yourself what is the right program for you. Briefly about the university landscape of Germany. More details are in an article. What are the differences or historic differences between universities and University of Applied Science, and why there is a difference at all. But now I want you to know that usually universities are more research or theory oriented, while universities of applied science are more application and practice oriented. There was a difference about PhD availability of PhD programs, but now it has been changed. And finally, a tip, and another tip is that when you are searching for programs, there are always options to search by a subject or by a program name. When you are searching by a program name, please take into account that not every single program is called Master in Engineering or Master in or Bachelor in Engineering or vice versa in technology. And therefore, you will be missing some of the nice programs that are from the same field but have different namings. Now, this brings me to our first guest from Fulda University of Applied Science, talking about Bachelor Engineering Program Science and Engineering. Fulda's location is on the map, some quick facts about the program, and of course, our dear guest, Swati Bajaj, who will be presenting today, is with us, and then I give this virtual floor to her.
Hi, Nino. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for a wonderful introduction, and I welcome everyone out there to this wonderful event where we would talk about not only my university, but the other possibilities and the other options available for you. So let me just start with okay. Just a second. I think. Are we able to see my presentation?
Yes, we do. It's not in full screen yet, but it's visible.
Okay.
Now.
Is it now? Okay, good. So I'll quickly take you through where we come from, like where this university is situated, and then I'll take you through the department we are, and then I'll tell you about a specific engineering program which is very interesting and very very exciting in a way to get your to increase your knowledge base. So I'm Swati, and I belong to this Fulda University of Applied Sciences. Fulda as a place is a wonderful location, I must say. It is a center of Germany and as well as center of Europe. So we are very nicely connected with trains, buses, or with different cities. For example, Frankfurt is just 40 minutes away from Fulda. And if you talk about Berlin, Munich, and Cologne, so all the three cities are approximately, say, within the reach of 3 to 4 hours. And that's the wonderful, it's a very small city, but it's so nicely connected with all the major cities around us. And Fulda is very small. We have approximately, say, 70,000 people living in this small city, but it is so beautiful and has so many things, especially the adventure and sports activities available for you near around to go in the nature or maybe the sightseeing, and also many weekend getaways, I would say. So this is a little glimpse of our campus. So we are based at one place. We are not scattered in the city like mostly the universities are. We are at one place, so you have that kind of campus feeling where you see all the students around, and you have more chances to network with other departments and other international students. Yeah, so going about my department, that is a Department of Food Technology, as the name suggests. So we would talk about how food happens to come to the market as you see it, and still there are few things which we try to preserve, and that is the quality of that food, and that is this whole department is about. So food industry is the largest industry worldwide, as we know, but also in Germany, it's the fifth largest manufacturing sector. You can see the whole list of the industries which are so much required in Germany, and out of that, like food is on the fifth level, 𝘗𝘢𝘪𝘥𝘷𝘦𝘳𝘴𝘪𝘀. So our Department of Food Technology is not only, say, just a simple food, but we have like 4 basic cores to it, and that is science, management, technology, and business. In all the bachelor programs that we have, that is bachelors of food technology or bachelors of industrial engineering, food, and bachelors of science and engineering, we have the component of all the 4 mixed in the right measure so that it prepares you for the job market, it prepares you for better opportunities. So so it's a let's talk about this in a nutshell, that it's a full-time program and we have like 6 modules per semester. Mm, and also, like, the course starts in the winter semester normally, as most of the courses in Germany. And there is also an internship associated with the course. And you also have like practical orientation in terms like you have lab work where you need to write protocol, where you need to do your research, where you need to conduct experiments. So that gives you a practical implication in this course. So this course of food, industrial engineering, food, or food technology, those courses are offered in both languages, that is German as well as English. So it is completely up to you whether you want to go for German language courses or the English language courses. So what is the basic requirement is the university entrance qualification. As we know that at least we should be done with our schooling, and after that we should apply for the university. And when in English, then we require English level B2, and if in German, then we require C1. So talking about how the food technology really works. So we kind of do a lot of experiments with the plant-based products or the animal-based products. That means we work with the meat industry as well as with the plant industry. So if you see the vegan food available for you in the market, let me tell you, that would have gone through such processes which we could conduct in our labs as well. So we also do thermal process engineering, mechanical process engineering, and bioprocess engineering, like how the fermentation take place, or the spray drying or pressing, everything. In fact, we have a wonderful project every summer semester where we work on beer brewing, and that is for the educational purpose, and that is the wonderful, exciting project that is associated with our department, and you get to do it in summer semester in all the courses. And we also have a microbiology part of it, where we kind of analyze, okay, drinking water is safe for drinking or not, or how the mold or the small little organisms really come on your food and what they do to your food. So you kind of do those kind of experiments or the research in this department. Then food technology is also associated with analytics. That means you analyze the food ingredients. Food ingredients, protein, fats, sugar, salt, preservatives. So we have certain machines in our lab in which you will put, maybe, for example, a little bit of juice, and you would try to analyze what all this have, and you kind of use that machine, and it gives you exact, like, how much fat is present, how much sugar is present, and how much preservatives, and so on. Then the sensory, which is an important part of food. Like till the time your food is not sensory appealing, like how you see it or how you taste it, obviously it cannot be the part of marketing. So sensory, we also have a module related to sensory, and also lab work related to sensory, where the food which is already produced, made in your lab, how does it feel when you taste it, when you see it, how all the senses really works on your in this module. um, then we come on to the Bachelor's of Science and Engineering. Very exciting program. If you are really dynamic in nature, if you are really looking for something challenging, and you are very inquisitive and curious, this is the program for you, I would suggest. So this is actually a mix of three fields. That means food technology, electrical engineering, and applied computer sciences. It's 8 semester program, and the first 2 semesters are taught in English. What you learn in the first 2 semester is the basic introduction of engineering and these three fields, and then you also do German law, society, and economics. So basically, the first 2 years lays the base of your uh, not only of your course, but for your life in Germany, because you get to learn a lot of things through this course. Then from the third semester onwards, you can select either of either of the three specializations. That means either you can go for AI or ET or FT, yeah, electrical engineering and food technology. So all these courses are then taught in German language. First 2 semester in English, and after that you get to do these courses in German language. You, in the first 2 semesters, you are even given classes for the German language, so that you come on to this level of C1. So going on further, again, the basic requirements for this is, like, at the time of admission, you would require English level B2 and German level B1. So we also arrange some fairs for networking, where we invite the companies, food industries. They come and speak to you. Even if you are interested, you can visit that fair, make contacts, do your internship or apply your internship with one of these companies, or maybe can see these companies as your possible future job prospect. Um, okay, coming on to what cost should I expect? Okay, so in Germany, this is the whole, like, complete division of the cost per month. You need somewhere around, say, 850 to 900 euros as a student to stay in Germany. That includes your semester fee. That means for every semester you need to pay somewhere around 320 euros, which includes your city transport, and your everything here, whatever the cost is here. So you don't have any course fee. So that is completely free. The course is completely free. Only you need to pay semester fee. Apart from that, you would have your rent, food, internet, clothing, and materials that you required for your learning, and mainly health insurance. Yes, health insurance is compulsory in Germany. So coming on to the last part, application and advisory service. Anytime that you require, you can see my name and mail me anytime. Those are the 3 email IDs that you can mail anytime regarding your queries, and I'm always available. For all the courses that you would apply, our deadline is 30th September. That is the last of September you can apply. That is completely fine. Another information that I would love to give along with this, that we also have exchange semester with other European universities and other international universities. For example, in Australia, South Korea, USA, um, and um, and also in Europe, for example, in Spain, France, or Ireland, all these countries, you can select maybe one of the semester to do over there and then come back to Fulda for your rest of your bachelor course. So that is also an option with us. So once you would be joining in, or if you have any questions regarding that, please feel free to ask, because this is a wonderful opportunity. There are many students in our department who love to go for this exchange semester, not only gain an intercultural experience, but also um, try to know about how their food industry works, or how their engineering works, and how they see things differently, which is, I would say, give you a lot of new and wholesome perspective about the whole thing. So that was from my side. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, please park it for me and we would go ahead with that. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Swati, for the presentation and details. There are some questions which then we can go through during the live Q&A. Now I have some changes in agenda, which is unfortunate, or I don't know. I hope our second guest, 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘥𝘪𝘯𝘨 from Technische Hochschule Ostwestfalen-Lippe, will still join, but I don't see him here yet. Therefore, thank you very much, Professor Inkerman, for joining and making, even though there were some technical things with Zoom. Then, if you don't mind, you could take over presenting Master in Science in Intelligent Manufacturing. The location and the program facts are also on the slide, dear attendees. And once you have questions, feel free to also start asking them in the Q&A. Thank you.
Okay, yes, thank you for the introduction. I'm going to share my screen and then introduce our master program called Intelligent Manufacturing. Just a moment to see my slides. I hope you see them now in full screen.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so then welcome to this short introduction of the master program Intelligent Manufacturing. My name is David Inkerman and I'm a professor at TU Clausthal in the field of mechanical engineering, and I'm also responsible for this program. This program is running actually 4 semesters, so we are in a progress to establish that, and I'm very happy to have the opportunity to also introduce it here and answer your questions on all points of this program. Maybe before starting with the program, some short words about the Technical University of Clausthal. So we are located in the center of Germany in Harz Mountain. We are a smaller academy, a small university with around 3,000 students. And as already indicated by the name, at the Technical University, we have strong focus on engineering disciplines, but not only the classical ones, which may be mechanical engineering, but also computer science that are taught here in different master and also bachelor programs. Our history is strongly based on the on all questions around mining. So we were established as a mining academy nearly 160 years ago, and then we become a technical university end of the 60s in the last century. And between that time, there were also different changes with the focus of the university itself. And now we are focusing all over the university on the topic of circular economy. And this is also represented then in the master programs like the Intelligent Manufacturing Master. Also because of the smaller size, we have excellent study conditions. So on the one hand, we have a very good ratio between professors and students. So there's a very close collaborations and a close contact between students and professors. We have different support and advice services. We have a very international campus. This is also because of this master program. So yeah, nearly 50% of our students are international ones, and we have also a variety of different partnerships established all over the world. And we have not only in Germany but also in Germany a high reputation of for future employees, also because of our strong background in engineering and also mechanical engineering. This master program called Intelligent Manufacturing that I introduced already, or that I mentioned already, is a new one, and we established that based on the background that we are facing some fundamental changes also with regard to our way we are producing, way we are developing products. And this you can also summarize under the term of Industry 4.0. And our goal is to establish or to educate students from different backgrounds in this master program to become capable and skilled engineers in the field of Industry 4.0. So that is around intelligent product creation. We have a focus on product design, but also on production engineering, industrial engineering, and also computer science. And we therefore also build on our strong experience in different disciplines and bring those together in our master program. And like I mentioned already, we have a strong reputation also in the education of engineers, also with an emphasis on interdisciplinarity. The master program that we built was basically driven by a set of requirements or premises that we defined beforehand. And on the one hand, this is that all the program is focusing on building up competencies that are relevant for the field of Industry 4.0. And these are implemented not only in the overall curriculum design, but also in the design of the single modules. And then we have a strong challenge or a strong subject area in the field of Industry 4.0. We have implemented, I will introduce that in the later slides, also a problem-oriented and project-based learning approach. So there are projects running over the whole program, integrating the different skills that were established in the basic modules. And we have then, based on that, also within the program and project, strong collaboration between students from different disciplines. And like it is also indicated by this figure, the basic idea, also a core idea in the field of Industry 4.0, is that we build up on the concept of cyber-physical production systems. So on the one hand, we have the physical world, so we will also experience, and you have to learn about the physical products in our processes in industrial engineering. And on the other hand, we have those that are more related to the computer science, so data acquisition, data analysis, but also decision and control support. And on the other hand, also the cyber world, representing or running simulations in order to improve the production. That is a basic concept, and based on that, we also arrange the curriculum integrating basic knowledge from the or advanced knowledge in the master program from the physical point of view, focusing on different production technologies, but also on the cyber part. Core elements of our program, you will also see that in the module plan in the next slides, are two projects that we are running. So the first one is the engineering project. This is a project that is normally running in teams of 4 students each, and therefore you are in the first place introduced in the fields of systems thinking, process thinking, and then you will get a project and problem, team-specific problem, and based on the theoretical knowledge that you earned in the other or in the before modules, you are going to prepare and also validate a solution. I will give you some example in these slides afterwards. And it is also then the shift to the research project where we are more focusing. So engineering project, like it is indicated by the name, is mainly the character of solving problems, solving hands-on problems related to the field of Industry 4.0. And then we have also in the second project more focus on the research. So about research methods to plan research and also to perform different investigations, focusing on CO2 emission or focusing on additive manufacturing, for instance, just to understand basic correlations and basic concepts behind these processes. And also in this project, that is true for both ones, there's a strong collaboration across the different disciplines that we are that we have in our program. And aside from the more professional skills like research methods or different problem-solving strategies that you need to run this project, we have also milestone meetings, presentations that are then improving the skills related to teamwork and also communication. So that is our basic set of competencies that we have and focus here. The basic structure, this is a 4-semester program and it is completely taught in English. And we have 2 different research fields or 2 different fields of study. I will introduce that in the next slide. And you can see here a basic, the basic structure. So in the first and second semester, we have this projects like I introduced before, and we then have different master modules focusing on system automation, focusing on product design, but also on different production technologies. And these are then completed by the engineering project and also the master or the interdisciplinary research project. In addition, we have also modules that are more focusing on building up the skills around communication and teamwork, since that is needed also in our projects. And then in the next step, there are elective courses that are focusing on the different field of studies. I'm going to introduce in the next slide. And the last semester, 4 semesters, then focusing on the master thesis. And this master thesis can be done at university, then having a more research focus, or also in collaboration with regional partners here in industry. So that are different ways then also to go one step further into the work life. So that as an overview, to summarize, 4 semesters, all modules are taught in English. And overall, since this is a module plan, you have to earn 30 credits per semester. So that is around 5 modules each semester. The modules are then completed on the one hand by written exams, but also in most of them we have little projects. For instance, in the field of computer-based manufacturing, we have a running project within the semester, and this is then completed by a short report on this semester project. The 2 fields of study that we are running are on the one hand focusing on the, let me say, more the physical part of the Industry 4.0. So the question how to design flexible and intelligent products. And on the other hand, also focusing on the processes, so different production technologies. And therefore, we have different in-depth modules focusing on additive manufacturing, for instance, or also product data management, or more innovative and more advanced manufacturing processes. And on the other hand, we have those modules that are more related to the computer science part, that are in the field of manufacturing analytics and optimization. So that is about technologies, methods for data acquisition, processing, visualization. So here we have also for sure AI modules that contribute to this field, and around the simulation and optimization of also networked production process. Maybe one comment in addition. So, like you saw that in the program, the basic structure, we also have labs where we do this work not only theoretical but also hands-on. So we are, for instance, running at my institute and a learning factory where we, for instance, introduce the different planning methods, also the coupling of computer-aided design and computer-aided manufacturing. And based on this, or in both of these fields of study, we have this projects that I mentioned before, engineering and research projects that then go a step further into a specific problem, problems, and also some other more also research-related questions. To give you an example, I have brought one of our examples from the last winter semester. So that was an example within the engineering project, and this was in the field of additive manufacturing. And you can see this is basically the first step, or the starting point for each project, that we have this short description. So what is the problem? In that case, it was about the sustainability in 3D printing. So how can we improve the sustainability by reducing energy consumption and material consumption? And at the end, there were 3 groups working on that topic. On the one hand, modifying the printer, but also developing a monitoring system that can give advances or advices on how to improve the energy and material efficiency during the printing. And in order to run this project, you have to bring some skills, and this is just an example. This also introduced that we have different fields of competencies or skills. On the one hand, it is about programming, mechatronics, because all these engineering projects end at the end with a prototype and a demonstration of this prototype. Also CAD, and for sure teamwork, because, like I mentioned before, there are 4 students running this project. So that is one example for this so-called interdisciplinary engineering project. Yes, so maybe to also then go for the discussion section. So to summarize, again, it is a master program. So basic requirements are that you provide or that you hold a bachelor degree in the field of mechanical engineering or mechatronics, also electrical engineering or informatics or information technology are suitable, and also applied computer science is suitable. We are facing, actually, since we have a lot of application for the programs, we also then call some of the applicants to maybe, if you come from the applied computer science field, to learn some basics in the field of mechanical engineering. So you will have to do some additional courses. This recommendations, or this also, in some cases, this is an obligatory definition that we then propose, is in order to make you able to also work with mechanical engineers or also with computer scientists. Then we have also some requirements about the English skills. These are given here. So in case you are or you do not hold a bachelor degree that was completely done in English, you have to provide this English skills listed here. And application and enrollment for those not having a visa or already having a visa for Germany, those have to apply for the summer semester by 15th of January, or for the winter semester by 15th of July. The semester fee is around 200 euros each semester. So yeah, like we also saw in the last presentations, Clausthal is not this big as a city, so living costs here are not this high like in Munich or Berlin, for instance, but you have to calculate also around 600 to 700 euros per month for this living costs here. There's also a good infrastructure also with regard to places where to live, and I think I also experienced that most of the students also coming from, for instance, from India do not face any challenges in order to stay here. Yeah, this is, I think, a short introduction of the master program, and I would like to answer your questions if you have ones, or maybe several ones. So I'm looking forward to the discussion.
Thank you very much, Professor Inkelmann, for all the details. Very interesting presentation. Another very interesting one, actually. Today's audience seemed to be having more technical questions, I would say. I believe you explained content of your programs in so many details, so that they now want to directly apply, therefore have questions related more to application. Also, Swati, thank you very much for answering some of the questions directed to you. And if you don't mind, I would like to still voice some of them as attendees see them as private responses. So it could be also interesting for others to hear, for example, about the internship that was asked. So let me start then with the question to Swati.
I think
first.
with the two things, there was some wrong clicks, and I got confused at the end. I think they were not answered, and I wish to answer them right now so that everyone can hear and would be interesting for them. So for internships, yes, it's a compulsory part of all the bachelor programs that you need to do, let's say it's 6 months of internship or 3 months of internship, something like that, based on every bachelor program. And we have a complete list of companies where the student apply. So we have contacts with the companies as well as with the students who apply, who do their internship, for example, in Hamburg with KitKat, or with Haribo, or with Lindt chocolates. So there are people just flocking around in different companies and different brands for their internships. We can hand them over the list of companies maybe that they can try their luck in. We can also, we would definitely help them with the preparation of their application. For example, if any guidance that they need in terms of maybe how their CV looks like, or if they need to write a motivation letter in certain manner, we can give them some pointers. I would love to guide them for this. No harm, no problem at all. This we do, and there are some job fairs happening, so there also they would come in contact with the prospective companies or something. They can really strike a conversation there, or a somewhat contact with that company, and then later on get an internship or a job after their bachelor's or even master's, how it goes. So for the internship, we do help you if you require help. Like I do not give a particular session about it, but anytime if you need any guidance, you can anytime turn up to me, and then we can speak about it. Definitely, that's given. And we also try to, for example, we have this course Science and Engineering, where you have like 3 different fields. So we try that we get you in touch with the experts of all the 3 fields, so that if you are confused, oh, should I go for AI, or should I go for electrical, or should I go for food, then you can really speak to these experts and then clarify your doubts there and then in the live session. and it would help you in making your decisions better, maybe to see your life better, how the global market would look like for you. Third was the second question. So this was about the internship. Then second question, which I falsely clicked, was this prelim grades. I think that was for the Clausthal, but also for the bachelor or the master program. I think um, you can give some result awaiting transcript of record, and based on that you can get a conditional admission. And once you get the admission, within the first semester or by the end of first semester, you need to submit the completion degree of your bachelor program. For the masters or for the bachelor program, your previous bachelor's or your school leaving certificate, like that. Or maybe the language certificate. Sometimes the language certificate also takes time, so that also, while you are applying, you need to speak to the admission department, and if they are okay with it, then you can submit your language certificate by the end of first semester. That also happens. But it all depends. It's a very case specific issue.
Now let us move to Professor Inkemann also. And I have two questions that I see right now, but also the questions that came before. So first, about the projects that you were mentioning, the question was, are those projects that predetermined? And if so, like how they are informed about, or are they also free to select projects or for come up in projects?
Yeah, thanks for this good question. So we have a set of topics for different projects in every semester, and they will also change within the semesters. And the students are going to select those they like the most, or seems to be interesting ones, and then build up the teams. Yeah, so there's no definition from our side.
And just to continue the same topic about selecting a project and also writing master thesis, you also mentioned it's possible to do it with a company, if I correctly understood. Or like doing it at the university. Is it also predefined topics that professors are working at, or could students have any initiative to continue, for example, their bachelor thesis or so?
Exactly. So that is what actually happens. So we have this two steps. On the one hand, we start with the engineering project, and then we have also a couple of topics that we then transfer into research topics. And some students also pick up the same area or the same topic for the master thesis. Yes. And we are also going, so that is what we will start in this winter semester, take some engineering projects or topics for those projects which are in collaboration with industry partners.
Thank you. And now back to Swati. First of all, there were a lot of questions about the university entrance qualification. I believe it's not that famous also in other countries, and especially when we say for Germany, there are lots of sources. We also have articles about it, dear attendees, and yeah, since you want to study in Germany, it's also good to have a look what are the basic requirements for bachelor's entrance. However, just briefly to mention, if a person has not completed high school yet, but they have a grades or before like final exams grades available, is it possible to apply? And it is possible to apply with a gap of 9 years after a high school.
If you do not have high school grades, I don't think so it is possible to apply, because that's the minimum requirement that you need. So once you have a high school grade, after that you can apply. That is one thing. And especially you need to check whether your high school matches to the high school of Germany, because again, there is a difference between the education systems of different countries and different cultures. For example, Germany has 13 years of high school, taking into the account of Abitur. And after that, you have an access to study in the universities. Whereas in several other countries, it might be only for 12 years. So that 1 year which is missing, you need to compensate through maybe 1 year of your bachelor's there or something. Something is there, I'm not really sure, but there are websites where you can check whether your high school certificate has a potential enough to apply for the German universities. That is one point. And secondly, after your high school, if you have a gap of 9 years, that is not a problem. You can start studying anytime. And for Germany, it is not a problem if you have a gap year or if you are little older than the normal, say 17, 18 years people who apply for the bachelor's or the master people who are say 23 or something. Completely not a problem. You can just go ahead and apply for the whatever course that you want to be in. Gap years or your age doesn't play any role in that one.
Great, thank you. Also, just to follow what you mentioned, if there is a database where you can check if your high school qualifies to Germany or not. Yes, there is. There is Anabin database. Dear attendees, if you want to check, feel free to use a link. Right now, it's already in chat. Fortunately or unfortunately, I don't know how you take it, but if you don't speak German, then you can also use Google Translate extension. So to see that, because the web page is fully in German, and you can see if your university entrance qualification is relevant for German or not, or if you need a Studienkolleg or prep course. If you don't want to do a Studienkolleg or prep course in Germany, you can also do a relevant semester, university year, actually, in your home country, and then with this, you can already directly apply to Germany. And another link that I shared is from 𝘗𝘪𝘵. This also will tell you to define if you need a additional Studienkolleg year here or not. And this applies to questions from Akin about WAEC from Nigeria, and this applies to some other questions which I cannot see right now, but dear Akin, you can check if Germany is accepting this. So it's not a private university that are being presented right now. Therefore, they are following the country set regulations as well, right? How they are accepting it. Then Professor Inkelmann, you, on your last slide, you mentioned the previous bachelors that are being accepted, and I recall you mentioned IT and also mentioned computer science, but there are still questions. So could you please once again mention them, because their questions are background in physics, electronics, background in electrical, electronic engineering and information technology. And there was something also in computer science, if I correctly remember. Yeah, IT background, which you already mentioned.
Okay, so maybe a more general answer to that. So we accept applications of all the mentioned fields. The question here is basically, or the situation would be that we check those applications in order to figure out what are the basic knowledge in the fields of automation technology, in the field of computer science, and also in the field of mechanical engineering. And if you come from the information technology or the computer science field, for sure you will have some requirements in the field of mechanical engineering in order to build a sound knowledge in this field. And this will then lead to a conditional enrollment or conditional admission, and we will call you to take part or to join some modules, maybe for instance in mechanics or thermodynamics that are then more related to the mechanical engineering, and also the other way around. Yes, if you come from the mechanical engineering part, you will then have some requirements in the computer science. But this is in every case individual. Yes, we will decide that based on your application.
Thank you. Just one more question. which also came earlier again about the application procedure. So is the aptitude test a second round of selection, and do you pay attention to high school grades because it's listed as an application document?
Yes, we pay attention to that, and we will have, so there's not a, we do not have two steps. You have to apply for the given deadlines, and then there is a phase where we check all the applications, yes, and we will provide them the feedback.
Thank you. So I guess there is somebody who already applied to Fulda and was asking, should I apply again? No, you don't have to apply again if you already applied. And then the question was, when will the results, so the deadline is 30th of September. Is it like first come, first serve? They get a response earlier, or should the deadline be closed first and then you start evaluating?
No, we evaluate the application as they come. So if the student has not got any response about the application or what decision has been taken, there could be one issue that nowadays, like there are holidays, people and the staff of the university are on holidays with their children. It could be that there would be some delays, but don't worry about it. Please contact the admission department of the university and they would get back to you on this.
And to stay with you, about program specializations, is it also possible to specialize in robotics?
Robotics, not specifically. It's not robotics. It's like either artificial intelligence, and maybe in some part of it would be in terms of robotics, or in electrical engineering, and in that one it is renewable energy. So it may be the part of the program, but it is not named as robotics. Maybe one of the modules like that, but not the complete program.
Great. One addition from my side, and then we can also call it a day unless any of you want to add anything, is about the prices or cost of living. Both of today's guests, and which I would thank again for in providing this information, estimated a rough cost of living for a 1 month. However, please also take into account that in case you're applying for visa to come to Germany and start your studies at one of these great programs, then you still need to provide proof of funds for the embassy. It's not set by the program or the university, but for the embassy, which unfortunately has been increased to 992 euros per month, which means a sum of 11,904 for the first year of your studies. And once again, this is a requirement for the legal reasons for the visa in order to be eligible to study. But since you have heard that the cost of living in those cities are not that high, then you can gladly save the money and travel to Europe or Germany first and explore lots of sightseeing places which are available.
I would like to add something to it. To be very honest, this is the lowest amount around the world for your education. To be very honest, if you look at US, Canada, Australia, UK, or even other European countries, to be very honest, for Germany, this is like nothing for 1 year, and that too for 1 year that you need to get. And by the time that you come here, you are already here 3 months or something, most of the students would find some or the other job, part-time job. So even after like 3 months or something, you start earning yourself, and you are allowed as a student to work for, say, 20 hours a week. And the minimum, the amount that you get for per hour, and calculating the whole thing, you are able to manage your life with your part-time job. You do not require any extra funds. And that is from my own life experience. So completely don't worry about this. You just need to show that fund for the embassy issues or for the visa issues. But believe me, as a student, if you'll come here, you will definitely get a job. So don't worry about it.
Yeah, exactly. And even the permission of working days was increased. It's 140 full-time days per year and 280 days part-time. But you, of course, should concentrate on your studies. That's for during the semester. Please avoid any kind of full-time employment. All right, I still see 8 open questions, which are a bit out of topic, as I see, because some of them were already addressed, others are about different universities, and I forgot to mention that the third speaker just emailed me saying that due to health issues, he could not join. In case the presentation will be rescheduled, I will let you know. I still see questions about contact details and how to apply to programs. Dear attendees, the links are in chat to 𝘗𝘓 University, to 𝘗𝘪𝘵, and you can just click on them, and all the procedure, necessary documents, how to apply, via which platform, etc., is written there. I'm already holding our guests over time, which I don't want to do. So thank you very much for being here and for your contributions.